Welcome students in the organic chemistry online lecture series. Today in this video we are going to study about this new concept that is Hammond's postulate. Sometimes it is very puzzling to understand to the students, but I will try my best to explain it in a very simple way to understand the students. So first of all, you just remember that this postulate was discovered by the scientist Hammond's. Okay, and another one scientist was with him, and the name of that scientist is Le. Okay, so these are the two scientists who discovered this postulate, and the very simple observation was made by them. So first of all, I will say what it explains. This Hammond's Le postulate describes the structure of transition state. Remember, structure of transition state in chemical reaction, we can say. So what information we get from this Hammond's Le postulate? That we get information about this structure of transition state. Now what is transition state, what is intermediate, that you know very well. If we consider any reaction, then we know that the reaction is like this. There are starting materials, or we can say reactants, and these reactant gets converted into the products via transition state. Remember, transition state and intermediate, or you can say intermediate. So if you consider any reaction, then first of all the reactants are converted into the transition state, and then they are converted into the product. So directly reactants are not converted into product, they follow this route, that is transition state or intermediate, and then they convert into the products. Now this Hammond's postulate describe the geometry of this transition state. Okay, so geometry of this transition state is explained by Hammond's principle or Hammond's postulate. Remember, so what information we get from this Hammond's principle or Hammond postulate? So we get information about the geometry, or we can say structure of the transition state. Okay, so this is the simple way you have to remember that Hammond's postulate describes the structure of transition state in a chemical reactions. Okay, now there are three cases possible that we will see one by one. Now consider the first step. Suppose the first step is the example of exothermic reaction. Suppose first step is the example of, say, exothermic reaction. We know in exothermic reaction the heat is given out. Okay, so if we draw the energy profile diagram for this exothermic reaction, okay, so this is suppose the reaction energy diagram or energy profile diagram, I can say. So in this way there will be the graph. Suppose this R stand for reactant, okay, and this stands for transition state, okay, and this stands for the product, I can say. Okay, so this is the first case of exothermic reaction. So these are the reaction coordinates, and we can say this is the energy and this is the reaction progress, we can say. Okay, so if we draw the energy profile diagram for exothermic reaction, then we know that in exothermic reaction the heat is given out or energy is given out. That's why we can say that energy of reactant is greater than energy of the product. So you will find here that transition state is nearer to the reactant. So here transition state is nearer to the reactant. So based on this observation, what Hammond says that in this case the structure or we can say geometry of transition state is similar to that of reactant. Okay, so understood. I think it is very simple to understand. Once again I will explain. In exothermic reaction we know that heat is given out. That's why we can say that the energy of reactant is greater than product. So by observing this energy profile diagram, you came to know that transition state is nearer to the reactant. So transition state is nearer to the reactant. So we can say that the structure or geometry of the transition state is similar to that of the reactant. So such a transition state is called as early transition state. Okay, so this is a early transition state. Okay, hence according to the Hammond's postulate, the structure of transition state resembles that of the reactants. Now the case second is there. Now if the case second is suppose the example of endothermic reaction, we know that in endothermic reaction heat is taken or energy is taken by the reactants. So again if we draw the energy profile diagram for this endothermic reaction, then the diagram will be like this. Okay, so here there are suppose reactant, so this is a transition state, and here suppose there is a product. Okay, so what is the difference between these two energy profile diagrams? So here you will find that the energy of reactant is more as compared to the energy of product. So we can say that a transition state is nearer to the product now, so we can say that as per Hammond's postulate, the structure or we can say geometry of transition state is similar to the product. Okay, so we can say that this transition as a late transition state. Okay, late TS. So understood. I think it is very simple to understand. If we draw the energy profile diagram for endothermic reaction, then we know that energy of reactant is greater than energy of product. So that's why this time you will clearly observe here that the transition state is nearer to the product. So we can say logically that the structure of transition state or geometry of transition state is very similar to that of the product. So this is as per the Hammond's postulates. And now the case third we have to see. Now in case third, we can say the reaction is neither endothermic nor exothermic. So in this case, the energy profile diagram will be in this way. Will be in this type. Say for example, like this. Suppose these are reactant, these are product, and this is the transition state. So by observing this energy profile diagram, you will clearly say that the transition state is not nearer to the reactant as well as it is not nearer to the product. So we can say that the transition state is not nearer to the product reactant and also to the product. So as per Hammond's principle, we can say that the structure of transition state is not similar to reactant as well as product. So understood. I think it is very simple. So these are the three cases by which we can explain the Hammond's postulate. So Hammond's postulates just what idea we get from Hammond's postulate? We get idea from Hammond's postulate about the structure or geometry of the transition state, remember. And there are only three cases. If the reaction is exothermic, then transition state geometry is similar to the reactant. If the reaction is endothermic, then transition state geometry is nearer to the product. And if the reaction is neither exothermic nor endothermic, then transition state geometry does not resemble with reactant as well as product. So this is all about the Hammond's postulate. So very simple to understand. So with the help of this Hammond's postulate, it is possible to identify the structure of transition state in terms of reactants, intermediates or products we can say, and particularly in aromatic electrophilic substitution it is very important. So this is all about Hammond's postulate. So for today we'll stop here and we'll meet in the next video with new concept of this topic. So thank you, have a nice day.